You are now tuned in with the Lumberjacks on Infield Fly Radio. Get jacked all easy.
All right, everybody, back for segment 2. We got who's up next? Picks in for the Steelers right now. All right, but hey, I say we get into a little bit into Josh Wilson. Jeff, did you see what Josh Wilson did today?
I did not.
All right, he restructured his contract for us.
Okay, yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
I didn't know if he
did. Did you see his quote?
No.
He actually had a quote that I actually liked. He said, "We're here to win championships, and sacrifices had to be made to achieve that." So that's what he did. He basically cut. He took a $1.9 million pay cut.
Ooh.
Yeah, he went from $3.9 million to $2 million, and that took the salary cap hit of this year from $5.3 million to $3.4. So he basically cut his salary in half to get us more money.
And he should have. He played. I mean,
he felt like he stole that money basically, so he's trying to give it back. I mean, everyone's looking at him like, really? You're going to take that kind of money in the way you played?
There's another Cowboys pick that I think you guys will love.
J.J. Wilcox, safety at the Georgia Southern. Hey, 2012 first team All Southern Conference.
Might as well be first team freaking Frederick County.
Yeah, but I like that. I mean, he gave some money back so we could actually. I like the team player mentality.
Sounds like he's a good dude.
Yeah, I like the team player mentality. I like it.
And it was kind of huge because it looks like we only had about 30,000 left in cap space prior to that.
Yeah, I know.
Which isn't a lot.
I know. You couldn't go buy a Kia with what we had left.
That's half of what I make, and I feel like I do all right. And I'm just a 5'6" dong from Thurmont, Maryland.
He was uglier than shit.
Yep.
Hey.
He's all bitter now.
Hey, I hate to get off topic, but I'd like to thank Dave and his St. Louis Cardinals for giving us that helping of humble pie. The Nationals are,
yeah, if you want to get into a little Nats, I don't know what do you have their numbers for what they've done in the last 10 games?
Ooh.
It can't be good.
Prior to the past 2,
yeah,
not good.
Well,
yeah, I believe they call it shitting the bed.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, the picks is in for
New York. 81.
Now, who just took him?
That's the Cowboys that took him.
Yeah.
Or no, that's a good one.
Yeah, the Cowboys took Goodwin.
The Cowboys just took Goodwin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I hate that because
is that your guy? That
speedster.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Right here, he's running it right here.
Yeah, he is just fast. He won a.
What did he run?
I don't know what he ran at the combine, but I know he won like a gold or silver medal.
No, I'm sorry. It was
the Bills.
All right, the Bills who took him. Okay, I feel 100 times better. But he won like a gold or silver medal in the Olympics. He's that fast. I mean, they used to run bubble screens to him, and he would just take him to the house. That's how fast he is.
Yeah, but how often are guys running in a straight line?
Yeah, I mean, okay, but I mean, you hate that.
Okay. He's a fast guy, dangerous, in open field. But the 40-yard dash, in my opinion, is a little overrated.
Yeah, okay.
I think it is, but
when
you get to a certain level of straight line speed, sometimes when it
not only that, but everyone tells you what speed kills.
I mean, I'm looking at it looks like maybe unofficial 4.27 40-yard dash.
I mean, come on, a wide receiver with 4.27 speed.
Okay, that is fast, but
yeah, I mean, you're talking about a guy who can spread the field.
But okay.
It doesn't matter.
4.34 official.
Okay. It doesn't really matter what he does. You can take that dude on go routes all day long, and he'll open up the field for you.
I'm gonna say name that another fast guy, and I'm gonna ask you what he's done as receiver.
Okay.
Devin Hester.
He wasn't like a. I mean.
I don't think Devin Hester was an Olympic athlete.
He's that fast. All right, but let me give you this. Say you have RG3 running that pistol, right? Running that read option, fakes it to Alfred Morris, pulls it back. If that corner bites on that read option at all and just freezes his eyes, looks in the backfield, no one has that kind of speed that they can catch up to that. I mean, it's just he's past you. He's past you, and you're in there for 6.
That is a threat.
Yeah, you got to think about what kind of offense we run,
definitely
too.
Respect that.
Exactly.
I'm drawing a blank, but I can't remember. Wasn't there a guy last year who won like a gold medal or something? And he like
The guy the Patriots drafted. Or is that the guy you're talking about?
if I heard his name, I would know it.
I can't remember his name, but he said as long as the
That is
Patriots
tough.
would work with me, I was going to take track as my number one priority.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
I can pull his
I
name
can't
up.
think of his name. No, but I agree that is dangerous speed. But
Yeah, it's just that's flying, man. That's flying.
yeah, but
I mean, I used to watch him. That's all they did. They'd run a bubble screen to this dude, and he'd be going for 80 yards because he just cut one way, cut back, and he's just no one's catching him. He's just outrunning everybody.
yeah,
Jeff Demps from Florida.
Jeff Demps.
Yep.
Jeff Demps. But at the same time, we won't get to see him play because they took him. They took him, and he just flat out said, I'm gonna track's my priority." And the Patriots didn't want anything to do with him.
Yeah, well, it's a little different for a guy who wants to play football.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, it is.
So he's
that's
gonna work
another
on it.
variable you have to take into
Yeah,
account.
right now you got New England picking at 83. Their pick is in. Then after that you have Cincinnati, and then it comes back to us
For our
at
second pick.
85th overall.
Second pick of the 2013
Second
draft.
pick this year, and it's our first and third round. Hopefully, I don't know who's left on the board that we would take. I don't know if we're going to try to go another corner, another safety.
Let's go
Or
around
if we're
table
gonna-
and field some positions. What do you think we're going to take, Jeff? Just position. What's the need right now? We took a cornerback, but what's
I
the
think-
pressing need right now?
I think we'll either address the secondary or the offensive line.
Okay,
Because-
yeah, right tackle is a
I-
concern.
Any position, you can never, in my opinion, you can never have too many offensive linemen.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with that. Especially when you have RG3 back there. It's some guy you need to protect.
Might even be a plug and play guy, that can play interior, swing outside.
Yeah,
might,
DT.
might be a center that's still available.
Yeah.
JJ.
Yeah, you want me to go right now? I mean, all right,
Go ahead, man.
I'll take an offensive lineman. Obviously, I think
Barrett?
we're yeah. I would
Who you talking
I would
about?
take Barrett Jones right now. I don't care. I think he's that tight. But defensive lineman, I think we got good depth there. I think we're pretty good at linebacker. I think we either go secondary or I think we go tight end.
Who?
Really?
Who?
Yeah, I'm gonna go secondary
Tight
or
end.
tight end.
Who
Yeah,
is it? Will Montgomery that's our center?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Which
Yeah.
is he's not center's not his natural
No.
position. Right
But the good-
tackle is.
no.
I
The
believe.
good thing about
Probably the
Barrett
right guard.
Jones,
Yeah, they
he's
was a right
played-
guard.
He can play anything.
Yeah.
He can't.
can
Anything
play.
interior.
He's versatile, and that is huge because
Any-
especially with us, you never know who's going to go down, and that's good to have a guy who can plug in anywhere.
Anything interior, he can start 16 games and in spot duty can play either tackle position when we need him to.
And he was smart, and he basically quarterbacked the offensive line of a very good offensive line
extremely
while he
good
was there.
offensive line.
Very good.
Played against the SEC too.
Yeah, I
What's
mean,
up? What's up,
Playing
Dave?
against first round picks all.
all day.
Yep.
I was just curious why you said tight end.
Tight end. I feel like they don't know what's going to happen with Fred Davis, and we only signed him for a year. And I think that if we can get a guy who's serviceable, especially with Logan Paulson, I mean,
That guy came around at the end.
He
the
did.
second half of the year. He did. He's not sexy, but he came around.
he did. I think that we'll go there. I don't think we've seen enough out of Niles Paul.
That's
Right
another
now?
guy, Fred Davis, that I think is on his
Yeah.
last year.
That was the guy that's number one on
Yep,
your
I was
SB
say it
Nation
looks
list
like
that
the
Patriots just
it looks
took.
like the Patriots just took the number one guy that was on my list there.
Logan Ryan, cornerback out of Rutgers.
Well, he's going to be a stud because they do not miss picks.
Here's a
Yeah.
tidbit to go off of JJ's point with the tight end. Chris Cooley, our number 47, third rounder.
Yeah, I mean,
It doesn't have
You
to
were
be
the-
sexy.
I thought he was later than that.
Third round of 2004 draft. It doesn't have to be
And you
sexy.
you never
I mean,
know.
when Logan Paulson got.
You never know when these guys are thinking. They could be saying, "Yeah, Ertz, Eifert, those guys are solid," but hey, we're looking at this guy out of whatever school.
Yeah.
If we're planning on taking him in the 5th round, 6th round, whatever. So you never know what's going on in their heads on draft day.
And then the second hardest thing we have to deal with is you don't know what the hell is going on with Shanahan's. You don't know. We don't know.
Well, that's a guy who lied to us every Sunday. Let's be honest. I've never heard anything that's truthful out of his mouth. I just don't know.
Aside from RG3's injury, I don't care if he lies to me all year as long as we win the NFC East again.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know. But yeah, I mean, I could see us going tight end. I just
A lot of mocks.
feel like
A lot of mocks had us taking that Gavin Escobar kid with our first pick this year.
okay.
At
I mean,
tight end.
well, yeah. I mean,
because of the uncertainty with Fred Davis.
not only that, but I think they go towards a blocking tight end too. I mean,
Yeah.
Niles Paul isn't really a good blocking tight end. I mean,
What? They're
Logan
so
Paulson
high
is
on
okay.
him.
They are. They're really high on him.
High on Niles Paul, and they have more experience.
And I
than
like the
them.
guy. I like
I
the
love
guy a
him.
lot, but
I love
I
him.
just we haven't really seen a lot of production out of him yet.
And you only ever see him on special teams.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
Or on Twitter.
that as well.
Guys, money on Twitter.
Yeah, he's heavy on Twitter. If he was as good on the field as he is funny on Twitter, it'd be good to go. He'd be a Pro Bowler.
Well, that might be a position we address either later on in this draft or next year. Tight end, that is.
Yeah, because I honestly think that if we have a good year out of Fred Davis, I think he rolls.
So Dave, getting back to you, what position?
Yeah, what do you got?
What are your thoughts on position?
I would have went the same as Jeff, either secondary or lineman. Obviously, like everybody said, you need somebody to protect RG3.
Yep, you got to protect the investment.
And I'm just not sold still on our secondary or what we've done.
All right, so the Patriots took in round 2, pick 59, Aaron Dobson, wide receiver out of Marshall. Do you know anything about him?
No.
I mean, I feel like that's going to be a no-name player that none of us have heard anything about, and he's going to catch 100 balls this
I
year.
made it a point not to watch any Marshall games.
He's going to catch 100 balls this year.
Hey, but then again, Randy Moss did come out of Marshall.
Yeah.
He went to Marshall.
Wouldn't he know it? If there's one team that's going to find a stud like that, it's going to be Belichick.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Just because he drafts him, the guy's going to be a stud.
The junior in 2011, MVP of the 2011 Beef at Brady's Bowl.
Hey, they got silly wings.
I know.
Your other wings are silly.
Yeah, they got one up here in Frederick.
Yeah, that's right over there.
They're right
Yeah.
over in Ballinger.
How come we never go there?
Dude, hey, what are you doing tomorrow night?
Going to
Down
Beef
Beef
O'Brady's.
Hey, Beef O'Brady's tomorrow night.
That place looks solid.
I wonder if we could do a live show out of it. We'll ask him tomorrow. I'll say, hey, can we come and set up? We'll do a live show at Beef O'Brady's. All right, the pick is in for Cincinnati. It hasn't been released yet because it's on it's on commercial.
You know, CK, the more and more I think about Cincinnati's draft, the more and more I like it.
Yeah,
Because you think about
I like
it,
them too.
They're so young.
You have AJ Green.
Yeah,
who,
we never really got back to Gavin's question.
You
They're
have
so young.
You have AJ Green, who is a stud.
Going to be for a long time.
Matchup problems.
Trains with Calvin Johnson
And
in the
then
offseason.
Who do you draft? You draft your boy Eifert, who is a matchup nightmare.
Yeah.
I love that.
A guy that's 6'5", 250 that runs a 4.6. He's gonna tear up linebackers and safeties. He's going to. What's up, Dave?
No, I was just going to say while we're you were on topic of who had the best draft, who go have a poll around the table. Who had the worst draft thus far? Real quick before the skins pick.
I'll jump ahead real fast. Just from the first round, and you guys might hate me for it, but I'm going to say Miami. I'm going to say Miami moving up to take Deion Jordan, an outside linebacker, who I don't know if they're going to try to put him at DN, Jeff.
I think they think he's the heir apparent to Jason Taylor.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't see it because I know me and Jeff, we watched a lot of Oregon games together. We pretty much watched them all, and he wasn't the guy who I was like, you know what? He's a stud.
Oregon won me a lot of money
I
this
think there's a scheme issue there too, with what Miami's trying to run down there. I think there's a scheme issue with this guy.
And I mean, we even talked about it before.
I feel like it's going to be mostly a third down specialist.
I think so too.
We even
You
talked
don't draft the guy top 3 who's going to be a third down specialist.
Now,
you got to get the maximum snaps
on
you
the
can.
On the other hand, they didn't, and I think this is purely driven by the demand of the quarterback in this year's draft. They didn't give up a lot to move up from 12 to 3 to get him. They give up a third-round pick and swapped first with Oakland.
Yes.
Yeah.
To get Deion Jordan.
Yeah.
So maybe in that respect, and with the rookie wage scale coming in there, maybe it's not as bad.
All right, we missed who just picked with Cincy, but Washington pick is in. We are waiting on it.
We got time. What do you think? We were going around the room. Jeff says secondary. Dave says shoring up secondary. Maybe offensive line.
I tried to go secondary.
I say safety because we didn't pick one yet. We still don't have a true free safety. I think Reed Dowdy comes up for free agency after this year. I don't know if I want to re-sign him.
He's not
he's a good plug and play, but he's not a starter.
What I do like is he's sure in the run game.
Here we
he
go.
comes up, makes tackles. All right, the Washington Redskins selection.
Here it is. What we got, boys.
All right, let's see who we got here.
Hey, shut the hell up, Trent Dilfer and Trey Wayne.
Yeah, you know what? Trent Dilfer, me and him got into it on Twitter.
Oh,
Jordan Reed, tight end out of tight end.
Silly.
What'd I tell you? I was thinking tight end, baby.
Hey, Fred Davis.
There it is. Fred Davis, you can
Goodbye,
pack your bags,
Fred
man.
Davis.
You're good.
Take your
Looks
take
like-
all your pieces and your grams with you.
Yeah,
Looks
take your Achilles with you that's hanging halfway out of your
He's gonna
leg.
have to fight to keep his job.
I like it.
But you know what?
I don't know why. I just felt like we were going tight end. I felt like we were doing it.
Hey, might as well call you Shanahan.
Hey, Mel Kiper called me for that pick too.
And that's the tight end coming out of Florida last year that averaged 12.4 yards a catch.
Yeah, and he had 965 catches, something like that. Career.
Oh, I know
Career.
one guy who might be listening who loves that pick.
Oh, is it Tony from Ohio?
Mark from Idaho. If you're listening out there, feel free to give us a
It
call.
might have been Burt from Michigan. I know he always calls in talking about how much he loves the Gators.
Yeah, but
Well, he's gonna love seeing that.
honestly, from here on out, I wouldn't care if we spent the rest of our picks on corners, safeties, and
Yeah.
O-linemen.
Yep.
You know, the more corners, hey, that just adds competition to camp.
Yep. I like it though. I mean, it's a good. I don't know why I was thinking tight end. I feel like we'd beef up that position. I like it. I like the pick. You know, a good player. He's 6'3", 243 pounds. He's a big guy.
And like I was saying earlier, you never know. Shanahan could have been saying, Ertz, Eifert, those guys are good, but hey, this is our guy.
Yeah.
You know what I like about
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I like about Jordan Reed? His NFL comparison on NFL.com.
who is that?
Another Florida tight end, Aaron Hernandez.
That's
He's got-
it.
I was
he's
gonna say,
got
let me
80
guess.
plus grade.
I like it.
He runs a 4.7 too.
Florida
That's not bad for a tight end that size.
always has those athletic tight ends. Always.
Oh,
When I'm reading on NFL.com, I'm just going to go ahead and tell Fred Davis to call up Buffalo.
yeah,
Head up 95.
yeah.
bud.
He might as well. You should have taken that job,
Get your ass moving up 95.
taking that gig. Well, I wish Rich from Connecticut would call in so we could talk to him and say what kind of scheme they run. They run some zone blocking scheme down there in Florida that he might like.
Down there in the swamp.
Yeah, down there in the swamp.
Is Rich from Connecticut related to Ken Kniff?
He might.
He's a very close relative.
Yeah, that might be him. But I like it. Jordan Reed, tight end junior. He's a tight end. He's a junior out of Florida.
I'm kind of like feeling. I got a little movement.
Movement in your pants.
I got a little movement.
I like it.
I'm going
Yeah,
camping. I'm going camping in a
do we have
little
his combine stats? Do we have his combine stats? I want to know how fast
I
this
got
guy
I
is.
got a 4.7, 240,
4.7.
16 reps on the bench. There's not much, maybe not much of a blocking guy, more of a downfield guy. This is straight from NFL.com with
Yeah.
combine stats. Those are the only two measurables they have for him at the combine.
What was his grade? When it you didn't have a B grade?
80.5.
Okay.
Here we go. I mean, we can't hear it, but you know, just
6'2
watch.
and a half, 236.
Well, I like how he's out there as like a wide receiver running good routes.
Look at
Let's
that.
see. Good
And
hands.
Separation.
All right.
I like that, man.
Separation, the concentration.
The way
that-
the game is
agility.
changing.
He's pretty agile. He's an agile guy.
He's wearing number 11. He reminds me of CK. Except he's a foot taller, and he's a man, and he's a brother.
And athletic.
He's got a python on him.
yeah. Yeah.
They didn't make albino pythons. I'll show you one, Jeff.
He's got a Jabbar Gaffney.
Was that just him
You
at
ever watch
quarterback?
wrestling?
Was that just him
Jake
at
the Snake
quarterback?
Roberts?
That was him.
Oh, yeah.
That's him at quarterback.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
he runs
Hey.
a mean wildcat.
RG3 better.
Yeah.
his name up.
RG3 better not welcome him.
Except we
He's
established
coming here to
dominance.
take his job.
Someone's
Nah,
gonna-
but I like that pick a lot.
All right, so round 2, pick 51, David Emerson, cornerback in NC State. Round 3, pick 85 overall, Jordan Reed, tight end out of Florida. Not bad so far. Not really missing that first round pick.
And the way the game is changing, I feel like you need that athletic tight end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's almost more like a receiver
you
with
need
a
a
big
guy-
body.
Because you know what?
You need a guy that's going to blow apart that seam.
You know what I do like, though? I mean, now we could possibly run some 2 tight end sets
Exactly.
with some 2 quick tight ends. You got Fred Davis out there, and then you got Jordan Reed. I like it. I like it. It's going to cause matchup issues.
But I thought that we would have done that with Cooley and Davis. It just seems like that is not Shanahan's thing.
Well, I you know, and I think that Cooley lost a few steps, and I
After
think that might have
after
been
that
it.
injury. It's because he dyed his hair blonde. I blame his dyeing his hair
I like
blonde
the
on that
locks.
injury.
I like the
But,
golden
he
locks.
definitely lost a step, but he was probably one of the best blocking tight ends that we had.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, did you see the quote from NFL Network on round 1?
No, I did not.
It was the NFC East team that had the best draft in the first round. Didn't even have a pick. That's what they're saying.
wonder
They're
who- I
I was
enticing
gonna say,
your
wonder who that may
boys.
be.
Yeah, anybody got any
your
guesses?
boys.
Anybody out there in lumberjack world?
Oh, I bet you
Anybody got
Shanahan's
guesses?
just rubbing his package when you heard that.
I guarantee,
He was
He
just
took another
rubbing.
trip down to the Bahamas.
He was just rubbing
Him
the
and Danny
silly.
boy.
I guarantee you Shanahan's gonna be out in Clarion Monday night, just schmoozing.
Oh, he's gonna be in Ashburn.
Smooth.
What, the one up in there in Hagerstown next to Cancun Canteen?
Oh, stop.
Yeah.
He's gonna be at the Palm just drinking Long Island's after hearing that. Just sice. Picking up some young tail. That nice tan he's got.
Well, all this draft talk just, I got the itch back, man. I can't wait for
Yep.
football season.
I can't wait for.
Yep.
I can't wait for OTAs.
San Francisco is now on the clock. They got 35 seconds left until they draft. I tell you what, they've had a good draft too. I like what they've been doing.
We're so excited.
Eric
about that
Reed at
last pick.
LSU.
We
Hey,
missed
San-
2 picks now.
San Fran reminds me of you drafting in fantasy baseball. You wait till the last second. You got the number one overall.
and then
pick.
what? And then pick sillies like they've been doing.
Hey, and then beat Jeff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is the guy who was talking. How much shit was he talking before?
No, it was a lot.
He was beating me like 13-4 earlier in the week, and you're telling me.
I believe he said he was pummeling you.
We got a caller on the line.
Let's take it.
Call from Chris Warren. To accept, press.
All right, hey, Chris Warren, you're on the line. What's up, buddy?
Hey, let's talk about some Jordan Reed.
Hey, what about him? You're the Florida expert. Why don't you tell us a little bit about old Jordan Reed?
Hey, I'll tell you, he's got a good size, 6'2". Not quite sure of how much he weighs, but kid's got good
243.
leg.
243 he weighs. He's a big.
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, he's
they
a
said
solid dude.
they said his 40 was competitive in the combine. Nothing that's going to amaze you, but
Yeah, I think it was a 4.72.
he certainly did good things at Florida. So
Now, what kind of offense? You guys ever run any like zone read schemes, anything like that Shanahan would have liked?
they were talking about as far as his best. The NFL comparison would be to Aaron Hernandez. That's who they're comparing him to, and they say you can use him as like an inline tight end or a detached tight end or even an H-back
Okay.
or even a wide receiver because he's actually only played tight end for a year. He was a quarterback coming into Florida, and they said, "Hey, you're too good of an athlete to play quarterback, and plus, we don't want you playing quarterback, so we're going to turn you into a tight end." So
was he?
yeah, that goes to show
Go ahead.
he can at least read defenses, and he knows where to get in the zones. So
We saw a few highlights where he was actually running quarterback as a variation of Wildcat, where he was actually took the snap and made some passes.
Yeah, he threw the ball a lot better than Tebow.
hey, I don't know about all that.
RG3, you better stay on his toes.
Probably slays more.
Yeah, but I think it's a solid pickup because it gives you somebody in case Fred Davis, decides to hit the pot again. It gives you somebody to back him up,
Yeah.
and so I think it's a good pick. It's good value for that round, middle of the third round.
So, Chris, I didn't watch him a whole lot. Was there anything you maybe didn't like or thought was a weakness for him?
Any
Well,
downsides?
he fumbles a little bit too much. I mean, you probably saw the big fumble he had in the Georgia
Is he the
game.
dude that fumbled against?
He put it on the ground a couple other times
Was it
throughout the
Georgia?
year, but
Yeah, it was the Georgia game. He had the big fumble.
Oh,
he fumbled going into the end zone when they could have. I think it was either tied it up or won it
hey,
in
that's-
regulation.
that's
He coughed it up, but that was the knock on him.
Right there on the goal line.
And his 40 time was the knock on him too. But
Hey, all you do
Yeah,
is all you do is make him walk around with that weighted ball for 5 or 6 weeks and
Yep.
see how fast.
Trying to
he
slap
kicks
it out.
that
Yeah,
ball.
trying to slap it out every time you walk back. Hey,
That's
now
what they do.
let me ask you a question. Was he a good blocking tight end? Is he someone that's going to really anchor down the side of the field, or?
I mean, I didn't watch him. I wasn't watching him to see how he could block, but from what I read, he's a decent blocking tight end. That's not his strength. They have that as actually one of his weaknesses, but it wasn't obvious
Yeah,
in
he
gameplay. And I mean, I wasn't watching for it, but
wasn't blowing assignments. That's
Logan,
all I care
Logan
about.
Paulson can teach him how to block.
hey, but basically, you're not paying him to block. I mean,
Yeah.
Logan Paulson can do
He'll
that.
beat
So
him up.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, do you think we're going to run?
you're paying him to
any,
get downfield and make plays.
Yeah, do you think we're going to run any like 2 tight end sets, kind of like how the Patriots run with Gronk and with Hernandez?
Well, I would hope so. I mean, I feel like that's the way the league's going. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Cincinnati. They took Tyler Eifert and they have Jermaine Gresham as well, so they're probably trying to do the same exact thing.
Well,
Yeah, you
that's
see
a
some-
dead giveaway at what they're going to run the NFC North. Taking,
It's a copycat league, and everybody has seen that New England can run it, and so they're going to try to do the same exact thing.
Yeah, I see. I wouldn't mind seeing some design like rollouts, get RG3 on a run to one side and having those guys streaking down, across the field on a run backside.
Hey, I'll be happy to see that too. Reed can catch the ball with the best of them. They said his hands were some of the best in the draft as far as tight ends are concerned.
That might
See,
make
I like
some,
that.
That might make for some really good reverse plays with Alfred Morris even if he
That
can run
gives,
H-back.
that gives me some chub.
I mean, how are you going to defend RG3, Alfred Morris, and maybe you got Fred Davis on the field, and you're throwing Reed out there too, maybe running H back a little bit. I mean, I think it's gonna be nasty.
Hey, the one thing that scares me is the Skins do not have a good track record in drafting Gators.
Ooh.
That's a very good point.
That's true.
Yeah,
Who we got? Taylor Jacobs.
Who was the one receiver we drafted?
A whole bunch of disgusting guys at Florida that were good.
He was supposed to be all world. What was his name?
The wide receiver?
It was like a second rounder.
So we had Taylor Jacobs. There was another guy too.
Taylor Jacobs.
I hate him.
I forgot all about that.
It wasn't Riddell Anthony. It was.
Yeah, he's probably listening to the show right now.
No, I can't stand Taylor Jacobs.
Hey, what do you guys think of David Amerson?
It
Let me
made
ask
me
you
feel
that.
away just because when
Chris,
Spurrier.
we're a little undecided on it. This is CK here, by the way. We didn't see him in a lot of mocks. We didn't really have anything on him. When he come up as the pick, we scrambled.
We scrambled to
get
find
tape
anything on him.
To get anything on him, and everything's mixed.
Well, I did read he had 13 interceptions in 2011, which that's pretty solid.
That's pretty solid. 6'1", he runs a 4.4. Dave's got something for us here too.
I would say, going back to the interceptions, I know Jeff read us a piece where he said, in 2011, you D'ing up a little bit, but, following year, he says he's coming out and just, that's all he's trying to do is make interceptions.
I hate the pick. I'll tell you that. I
Well, yeah,
hate
I
the
mean,
pick.
you come off a year getting 13 picks.
Well, at least he's got good size. I mean,
He's got good
he was,
size.
6'1", 205? That's pretty good for a corner.
He runs a 4.4. I mean, that's dirty. I mean, you got to get a tall corner to keep up with these dual tight end sets and these monster wide receivers that are coming out. I mean, that's what it's shifting to on the defensive side.
Exactly. I was reading the Mike Mayock wrote something up on him after the pick was taken. He said he's either going to be a boom or a bust. He said he's got the talent to be a boom, but then he's also done some things that would make him be a bust. So, I mean, it's a big-time hit-or-miss pick at that point. But
now, Chris, I posed the question to everybody here at the table. Do you think we're going to keep him in the corner or try to move him back to safety where he played in high school?
Ooh. Well, considering we don't really have that many safeties right now, I'd say maybe safety. He's got the size to play safety. So
I would agree. I mean, we don't really have. I mean, we have Reed Downey, but
you know what I was thinking?
You don't know what Brandon Merriweather's going to do.
I was thinking that we're actually.
Yeah, you got to keep that guy healthy. He's not shown
he's dirty when
that he can stay healthy. So
I honestly was thinking that we were gonna keep him at corner and we'd probably end up sliding D Hall back to safety.
I wouldn't mind
because D Hall's shown that he can play safety if he
did
really
well.
wants to.
He did well in safety.
And if we need him to.
Well, I know, but do you really want to trust a rookie cornerback? Line him up with number one wide receivers. Like I don't know if I'd want to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I know D Hall's been burned in the past, but he's played well in a few select games, like the one against Dallas where he basically shut down Des Bryant at the end of the year.
I mean, maybe you mix him in and out in packages, to not throw him flash fire in the pan kind of thing, but get his feet wet and get him used to what he's going to play.
Well, see, one of his knocks is that he was not suited for man coverage anyway.
He bites real quick. He bites. He guesses routes.
Oh yeah.
He guesses routes.
And that his one of the quotes was that he guesses on a lot of routes and he gets burned a lot up top because of it. And that scares me.
But that goes along with that one article that I read that he was just going for
interesting. Hey, so what do you think our next pick's going to be?
I don't know. I think we got to keep addressing the defense. I think we got to go secondary again and try to get some more depth.
I
agree. We were so weak in the back. We got to do something.
Offensive line.
Yeah, secondary, offensive line. I think
like an offensive lineman here late.
Yeah, I think we got a lot of depth defensively on the line and pretty much in linebacker.
Your boy JJ is grasping for us to take Barrett. And it's not really a grasp. He wants us to take Barrett Jones.
Yeah, you tell me you wouldn't take Barrett Jones?
I wouldn't. Heartbeat in his fourth pick.
Oh, I think Barrett Jones is a real nice center.
Yeah, and he hasn't gone yet.
Such a utility pick.
Yep.
I mean,
hey, let me get your take on Tyrann Mathieu to Arizona.
Well, we wanted him.
Yeah.
I know there were four guys here that were pissed that we didn't draft him.
Oh, I agree. I wanted him too, and apparently Patrick Peterson loves the pick.
Of course,
former LSU teammate.
Of course he does. They're gonna be smoking dope together. But all right, man. Hey, we got 5 seconds left here. We're gonna have to jump back off, and we'll keep with you back on when we get back on there.
Sounds good, guys.
All right.